Well, I mean, I feel like personally, like when they like tear you down enough, like you genuinely feel like you can't get out and you can't do better, so you stay and you handle it because you're like, oh well, like no one else will put up with me like that.
But you're also attracted to guys who are like that from the jump too.
It's scary.
So it's not
I
like,
don't know why.
So okay, you said all of them were assholes.
No. Yeah. That's
were,
like a
were they exciting?
They were just very, very charming at first. Like way too charming, and I didn't see through it. I really
Okay, too
should've.
charming. What else? What other traits?
Were
they good looking or?
Yes, very.
Very good looking.
Actually, the short dude I was talking about earlier is one of them.
Okay, he's a Chad.
Yeah, I don't like him.
Short king Chad.
Yeah, he's an asshole. But
okay.
Yeah, they're really charming.
Dickmatized? Dickmatized too?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're like super charming, and they're like exactly like you. Like their personality.
What? Like me?
No. Like
Wait, what? Hold
like
on.
If
you
I'm
did
talking,
just say like me, right?
No, like me.
Wait,
like,
but you said like you. Are you talking about me?
No, me. Like, okay, if you're talking
they
to
flatter
dude,
you down and tell you what you want to hear, mirror your actions, compliment you by behaving like you. Yeah.
Okay.
No, not you.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a term for when men treat the women so small, like what Sydney was saying, then they stick around. It's called gaslighting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but women also stick around when men treat them nicely too.
You just play.
I think a lot of girls that have a big
Back and
ego
forth.
like that. They like the challenge because most guys simp for them. New word in my vocabulary, that in cap. They kind of just bow down to their shit, but someone who kind of really treats them off because no one else gives them any kind of challenge, they kind of welcome that. Like, ooh, really? Like, okay, like I gotta get over on this guy because he's treating me differently, like dirt, than all these other guys that just bow down to my shit.
Right.
So there's a character flaw from the gate. So to try to pull reason out of something that's flawed from the gate, you're going to go in circles. It's insanity.
And sometimes it's just that beautiful dance between like the cat and mouse as well.
Especially when you're younger or dealing with a younger vibe. Yeah, it's the life is caution to the wind, whatever. So, but ego is the base of a personality that thrives off that. Ooh, is that a challenge? Is it? So you're saying I'm not all that? Like, let me prove you wrong. Let me make you behave the way these other 10 guys behaved by the time I was done with them. And when you don't break and fuck you, or you just not,
And that is desire. That's what creates desire.
That's toxic as
It's one ego banter after another, and you're never gonna come to a healthy relationship with that being. In my opinion, you're not.
Okay. So you're saying when it's like really bad, you're treating them really bad.
Definition of toxic. The sex may be fucking great, right? But if you guys try to sit down and have a conversation, a decent dialogue, having dinner or with friends, there's always an argument. One person's belittling the other one.
Yeah.
It all comes from that who's got the power. Whoever, it was in a movie, right? In any relationship, it's sad, but it's true. Whoever cares less has the most power in a relationship. Whoever's the one that's like, well, fuck you more than the other one, they have the power. And I think that's where a lot of that, treat them like dirt, they stick to you like mud, especially if they're insecure or they've had a couple relationships where they got cheated on. And well, what did I do? How did I fuck up? They're not going to say that, but that's how they feel, and their actions towards that person they're playing that game with is going to reflect on how they've been hurt, how they've been offended.
I agree that
There's also definitely, like, Brandon, like, I don't know if you've ever had an instance where like maybe a girl's been acting up, let's say, and you check her and then she's like turned on, like she becomes more attracted to you when you check her. And sometimes they'll do that shit intentionally to fucking test you.
Girls do that.
100%. 100%.
But it's like, to me, that's like, you want to be put in your place.
Subconsciously, women. Okay, so way back in the day, and not that I'm
hot.
campaigning for it.
I'm sorry.
It turned into
Cavemen.
hate
I'm sorry.
Can you guys,
I had to say it.
Can you guys just be well-adjusted human beings?
Back to the cavemen days. What did they do? They took the woman, beat her over the head with the club, drug her in the cave. I texted you about this, right?
Goddamn.
They drug her in the cave, made her his. Not that that's where shit's supposed to be or where it needs to be, but genetically, women have a programming in their mind where they're expected at some point to be dominated, whether it's in the bedroom, being slapped, choked, whipped, all that shit, or, hey, check, you know what? Don't, like, verbally check them, maybe not embarrass them or belittle them, but fucking put them in their place. Subconsciously, I feel women desire that. And
He's kinda not wrong.
and if women don't get it in a dialogue, in a social dialogue, they're going to get it in the bedroom. They're going to get fucking dominated one way or the other, or they're just not satisfied, period.
It turned into hate sex.
Caveman slay.
A1.
Yeah, we're taking it back prehistoric.
No,
I
I'm not saying that like this is what should happen. This is right.
But it's what the cavemen did, so we should do it.
No, it's not. It's not really what we should do. It's genetically.
But it's in our minds. We can't get rid of it.
Right. It's
Wait,
I can't
stuck
unprogram my
with it.
cave woman mind.
you can't.
I just want to get clubbed.
Brandon, can I ask you a question?
You want to be dominated.
Oh wait, you were talking to them. When you drink,
I don't know. Do you want to be dominated?
No. Wait.
Brandon he does.
He loves it.
What-
He just came out in the
What?
last part.
What? I was gonna ask. Totally, fucking derailing the conversation. By the way, I like how classy this wine is here. When you drink the wine, do you is your pinky out? Like, how do you do it?
could.
How do you do it when you drink?
Just
Do a little pinky out?
whiff, little sip,
Oh, classy.
warm up the
Okay.
You guys need to get a room now.
Whoa. Hey.
Take Kiki with you.
Oh, jeez. Devil's threesome if there's ever been one.
Back to being dominated.
What about women who like to dominate men?
Not
Oh
my
my
tango.
gosh. But
I've done
I
it.
feel like Sydney wants
That
to
happens.
just like put on a black spandex suit and just dominate
are you
dudes.
programming her?
I get that impression from her, right, Sydney?
No.
How do you girls feel about what I said? Can I ask that question? How do you feel about what I said? Do you find it offensive, or do you think there's truth behind
let's
it?
start. Emma, what's your take on
On what
what Brandon was saying?
specifically?
How
Yes.
women genetically have it in they're hardwired. At some point, they need to be dominated, even if they resist it. Like fuck, man, pro women. Like I'm all for it, whatever, women power.
Sure.
But at some point in time, they're not going to be satisfied unless they're dominated, either socially or in bed.
Okay, but what is that based in? Based on like, you're saying based in biology and like evolution? Why is it something that we have hardwired in us?
Right. Do you think that's an offensive point of view for a guy to say, or do you think there's some truth to that?
I don't think I'm not personally offended by it, and I see where you're drawing that from. I just don't think, I think there's quite a logical fallacy behind that. I don't
Explain
quite
that
follow.
fallacy, just briefly.
I would say that there's a lot of things that back in caveman days we were hardwired and programmed for that
That was a very loose analogy, right?
But in terms of evolution and how society has advanced, like there's a lot of things that we've outgrown. And I mean, I think at the end of the day, like, sure, we have very primitive urges, the urge to procreate, the urge to, survive. All these things are basic survival instincts. I would say, as generally speaking, I don't think that I can confidently say every single woman has the urge to be dominated.
No, just you.
Personally, I prefer a man that's dominant. But again, I would say that with my personality, I'm pretty abrasive. So I kind of like to be, the boss. I kind of like to run the show.
Pull your dick out sometimes and like to wave
Totally.
it around. Okay.
If it's
Mine's
a big
always
dick
bigger.
contest, I'm winning.
Okay.
I think I can put a man in his place just as much as he
But
can
when
put
you're
me
in the
my
bedroom,
place.
if you meet a guy and he's not willing to choke you
That's a
or
yikes.
pull your hair
Right.
or get very
I think
physical
I'm very
with you,
bossy and I like to boss guys around.
In the
and-
bedroom?
No, and then in the bedroom. That's the only time where I'm not.
I don't know if we should clap for the
Point
first
proven.
part though. Oh, okay.
second part,
Yeah.
the latter, yeah.
Second part, fine.
That's keeping it.
First
That's
part.
the cat and mouse
Thank you for
dance
that.
that he's talking about. That power play, that dance.
Isn't
for
that where the
desire.
word game comes from? He's got no game. She's got no
Yeah,
game.
because
This
it
is
is
the
a
game we're
game.
talking about.
It's the game that we're talking about, absolutely.